Hi everybody, we're continuing with our 2-drawer cabinet build this week, and if you haven't seen last week's video, do check that out first as we cover the carcass and drawer box fabrication from start to finish. In this video we're starting with fitting the drawer runners into the carcass. I'm using Grass Dynapro drawer runners for this project as they're rated slightly heavier duty than standard Bloom runners. And when setting out the runners in a carcass, I found the back of the runner needs to be raised very slightly. A 2mm packing piece does the job very well. Likewise, the front of the runner needs to be set back into the carcass by at least the depth of the drawer box thickness, that's 18mm in this case, and I'm using an offcut as a gauge for this, plus an extra couple of millimetres before fixing the runners in place. So with the bottom runners fixed, we can offer up the drawer box, making sure both the front and rear clips engage fully, then pushing it carefully home within the carcass. Dynapro runners don't have in-out adjustment as such, instead they click into place, then the runners maintain that position. With our bottom drawer all fixed nice and level, we can reference off this to set our upper drawer runners, in this case using a 9mm offcut as a spacer, and fixing the runners in place in the usual way. With the packing pieces removed, we can fit the top drawer, making sure the front faces of both drawer boxes are flush with the carcass front. Step it back so it sits nice and flush. And there we are, lovely. So what we need to do next with the drawers in, running nice and smooth, we just need to fit the fascias, and these are just screwed in through the back here. I'll need to just pop this top drawer out to make life a little bit easier for ourselves. Now, although the drawer cabinet carcass is actually going to go on a low plinth, I'm putting a couple of little packers, some 2mm packers in there, just to give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room. So our bottom fascia can line up against there, and we can simply screw him in from the back. 3 and 4. After that, our top drawer can go back in. New fascia on a couple of packers. You know, when it comes to marking out drawer fascias like this for the drawer knobs, a lot of people get caught out by chasing the rule of thirds, thinking they're doing the right thing. But for something like this, it can actually be too narrowly spaced. I'll show you what I mean. This is 820mm wide, so a third would be about 273 or 27 and a bit, somewhere around there. So if we were doing little knobs at a third, our centres would be here. That's way too narrow, don't you think? A better bet is to take the halfway point, which at 820 would be 410, and then halve it, so 410, 205, and you put your knobs there. Proportionately, don't need that. That's much better, don't you think? So with our handle positions marked from side to side, we need to centre these within the height of the drawer, then transfer these marks down onto the bottom fascia. before marking the positions with an awl. Then we can drill these out with a little block of wood on the inside to avoid tear out. With the holes drilled through, our painted knobs can be screwed in place. Just don't forget that you're going through an 18mm fascia and drawer box, so you'll need longer screws than normal. Nice. Now the space that this cabinet goes into, the carcass with the drawers, is very, very tight. You've only got about 15mm of space on either side. What I've cut is a couple of little 15mm infills that will be attached to the sides and scribed to the wall just to fill that gap. Now obviously I've got to have something to fit that to, so what I've done is I've cut some little strips of 9mm that I can glue and pin on the side, and then I'll be able to pin the infills onto that. Okay, I'm showing you this as a finished item because this is kind of how it's going to look when it's done with the top on and everything, and I'm showing you this now because the space that this is going into is incredibly tight. There's literally, you know, no space, and it's like it's down the end of a tunnel. So I don't think the installation video or the final beauty shot of the product is actually going to be very good. So we'll see. But anyway, that's how it's supposed to look finally, and fingers crossed, that's how it'll be when it's all done. So that's it for today. That's our build videos all done. I need to break this down ready for installation, so I'll say cheerio for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you found this interesting. I hope you found it useful. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, share it freely, and do consider subscribing. Then you'll be notified whenever I post something new. Hope to see you next time for the installation video. Same time, same place, same channel. But until then, take care.